Okay, for some reason I had to tap enter several times there to enter the fight. Alright, hopefully this doesn't lag too much. Dolphin likes to misbehave on my computer. I'm sure some moves are going to be lagging me a little bit. Oh yeah, how's the volume, by the way? I forgot to check. Can you guys hear the music on the game okay? Volume's fine, okay. So here's the counter into mirror code into counter fight. This Wartortle's holding a person berry, so we can get confused once. Wow, I didn't think that would kill. Yeah, I might end up doing it that way, where I do Metronome first, if things get way too bad. Okay, where is Dig? Slot 2. It's like, it makes more sense to just scroll down in order, but yeah, that's true. Metronome could be just kind of a high reset point eventually. Once I figure out roughly what the win rate is, I might be able to make a better decision there. So turn 5 is a strength. And we switch. And we dive. I guess considering that most of the discs are like 100% win rates, it would make more sense to start from Metronome. There's a couple other discs that are not very consistent yet. But Metronome is definitely it's definitely one that will never be consistent. And then Tropius needs double Thunderbolt. Didn't need that. Okay, so this fight, Metacham has the same AI every time. High jump kick is always on turn 4, so you just have to stall until then. Make sure you have a fresh protect ready. This is just kind of the fastest thing to do. Use reflect twice. The recoil from high jump kick will still kill it, even with reflect being up. Bye-bye. So I guess that's what people do with gym leader castle runs in Stadium. It's like they start with the Elite Four because they're less consistent. So yeah, it would make a lot more sense to start with Metronome. And then I guess just go in order from there. Doesn't quite have the same natural progression to it, but I don't know, it depends on how the win ratio is. If it only takes like 2 or 3 tries on average. So there's at least one other disc where the win rate's pretty bad as well. But then there's a lot of others where you can lose a lot of time. I think for now, though, I'll just do them in order, just mainly because it's practice for the 100% speedrun that I'm going to be doing eventually. And in that run, it would definitely make more sense to just do them in order. And actually, with the route that I have right now planned out, I'm not going to be doing all the battle CDs in one trip. So this is just 2 swords dances and then earthquake. Yeah, without the Icy Wind, Primeape would have been faster. See you later, Aggron. So that AI is always the same as well, so this is a 100% consistent fight. A lot of these first 10 are the same every time. But I did enjoy going through what notes I could find on the internet and just totally finding better ways to do these fights that save frames. Hey, thanks for the good luck, Smiley. So this is a fight that's kind of dumb. We have to go to +6 and then just wait for the crit. That's how we win. Zangoose is holding a scope lens, so I think it's like 25% for slash to crit. No, Aggron would have tanked that Earthquake and then kept me to death. Crit. Yeah, the scripted AI for that is protect, then counter, then dig. There we go. So yeah, we can die there if we get unlucky, but there's several other discs like that. Oh boy, Kecleon time. This is one of those fights where the notes that I found online were just dead wrong. At least with Hariyama's move. So, wing attack, Mach Punch, so that's just mash A. So make it fighting type. Hit it with flying. Should be, yeah, Hitmonchan dies. I think the AI here is consistent with targeting, which makes this pretty easy to route. So it should kill Aerodactyl this turn. So I use a rock move and then a fighting move. Yeah, they said to Earthquake. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, it's super effective after Ancient Power, but not only does Vital Throw do more damage, why would you want to hit your Girafarig? And you have to do an extra turn because Psychic... I don't think Psychic would kill from there. Yeah, the stat boost from Ancient Power, you mean? That'd be like 6 seconds or something. If it's the same as Ninjask's text boxes from Silverwind. This fight. Just have to not get crit by Irontail, and a miss would be nice. So the AI here has him always going for Clefairy, and Clefairy's a one-shot to Irontail. So that's where we have Helping Hand, or Follow Me, not Helping Hand. Don't crit. No defense drop either, that's good. Unfortunately, Clefairy's slower than Aggron, otherwise I could just do another Follow Me here, but we gotta do a heal turn. So that's where a miss would be nice. Gotta get used to where these moves are. So a lot of people go ahead and just do another Protect Moonlight here, but there's really no need to. You can just have Clefable die. It's perfectly fine. I mean, if you were going for 0 deaths, which is impossible because some strats involve letting pokes die on other CDs. But yeah, generally you want to go for the minimum amount of turns. A lot of these CDs have turn limits. Actually, not a lot. Fewer than I thought, but anyone that has a turn limit, you can usually do in even fewer turns than that, which is kind of cool. One-hit wonders. What was this? Oh yes, the Shedinja Horde. So this is where during a 100% run I would likely get up and use the restroom. So we just get to sit back after we select our moves for over a minute and a half. Oh shit. Split. I'll fix that later. These splits will probably be a little in flux anyway for now. Now we just sit back. This is kind of refreshing getting to stream from just my computer instead of having to worry about a TV and a console. Like, I knew I would miss at least one split tonight, because I'm not used to just all being on the keyboard during a stream. So yeah, fun break there. Yep. And then next we get to use Heracross. Another 100% consistent CD with scripted AI. So turn 1 is always Aerial Ace. And then turn 2, Swellow's going to use Endure, so you don't want to attack it just yet. Get that speed boost. Save some frames. Then kill. We get a little bit of a conversion tutorial. So we transform to flying because that's the only other type of move we have besides normal. Yeah, Heracross was amazing. Still is. One of my favorite non-legendary, non-fire pokes. Can we actually get the 3-hit from here? Can't remember the max damage on this. It's only 11% to get the 3-hit. Yeah. There is a way to make it 55%, but it's way riskier. I might do it eventually in a run. It involves us using Facade turn 1, so we have to take a super effective Brick Break. And then after conversion, 2 Aerial Aces is guaranteed from that HP. But again, it's only 55%, so... Did I say guaranteed? No, it's 55%. Up from 11, which is pretty good, but... I like Ho-Oh. Yeah, Ho-Oh and Charizard were always up there as some of my faves. This fight... Okay, I'm gonna see if my poison strats pay off. Because really what you're intended to do is to play it safe and go Bullet Seed for like 12 turns or whatever and then get it to Magical Leaf range, but I think it's worth it to try to get the poison. And even if you die, you can just restart the fight and go for it again, and it still should be faster by quite a bit if you get it second try. Counter can also trigger Poison Point, by the way, which I didn't know until it happened in testing the other day. So either we get the Sludge Bomb Poison, or it doesn't use Counter turn 1, or it gets Poison Point. As long as one of those things happens, Roselia dying is completely fine. Skitty is completely useless in this fight when Wobbuffet is high HP and without poison. Do it. Do it. Counter twice. Not lucky coin flips so far. Poison point? No poison point. I probably wouldn't do the fight this way if Wobbuffet didn't have leftovers. I mean, when leftovers is undoing almost all of Double Slap's damage, I mean, that's how useless Skitty is. Feint attack really doesn't do that much more. Those are its only two moves, Feint attack, Double Slap. I think it also has assist, but... Oh, nice, we lived. Poison point, bitch! Oh, there's probably no point in bullet seeding from this health, actually. Yeah, that should have been a magical leaf for sure. Cancel the switch? Like, you mean after a death? You can't do it after a death. Okay, so that was 14. So third try, but at least we got a short fight. And this one's pretty scripted. There is RNG that can screw us, though, unfortunately. I think it's just Future Sight missing. I think that's about it. So we have to do that because that's the only thing that kills Shedinja. Rain. So this fight is basically just use all 4 of your moves in a certain order. So it's a 4-turn limit. Torkoal dies, and then hopefully Shedinja doesn't dodge the Future Sight, which can happen in this gen. And then we've got our 4th move, specifically for Gyarados. Oh, there's enough RNG when we get to the later CDs. Yeah, the first couple sets of 10 are kind of boring, but it gets more interesting. Okay, this is a split. Guess that's a reason it's good to start with these CDs in order, just so you get through the easy, boring ones. I don't think I saw any scripted misses when I was testing. Interesting. See, I just confuse Ray Sharpedo because it's not going to work anyway. Could use Pain Split, but I feel like it's just ultimately better to just let Misdreavus die because they're just going to use Confusion. That's their only move, and it doesn't hit Sharpedo. So you're just guaranteed to save those animations. So Slowking is a 2-hit, Slowbro's a 3-hit. And the fight coming up after this one is the level 5 Rattata versus a level 100 Shuckle. I found a slightly faster way to do that fight. It's a little bit riskier because there's one extra miss chance, but it's definitely several seconds faster than the strat where you use Substitute. Because this strat skips having to use Substitute and have it break, which is kind of a slow animation altogether. That wouldn't surprise me though, honestly, since those CDs are so scripted in the beginning. And they want you to do things a certain way. Okay, turn 1, Super Fang. Then Toxic. Then Burn a Turn. Then Super Fang. Perfect. Next is Ninkata Fury Swipe. This CD is actually a little bit more involved than I originally thought it was, just because of the RNG with how many times you hit Fury Swipes. So if you want to do 1 extra hit after breaking the sub, or 3 extra hits, but not 2, and not 0. Just gotta pay attention. Okay, that was a 0, so I gotta do it again. Alright, so now we can just... Wow, that stick went high. Did you guys see that? Nice camera angle there. Okay, now just don't crit me. Wow. Perfectly bad RNG. Make me waste the most possible time. Alright, so that's the first fight that's gone south so far tonight. Fortunately, it's a fairly short one. There's a few CDs that just take forever, and then you can lose on the last turn to RNG. Just 2. Three, 4. Yeah, gotta hope for more than 2 hits here. Or we dead. Alright. Down goes the duck. So we're pretty much done with the quote-unquote easy discs. Now we get to the ones that have not as obvious solutions, but are still pretty easy when you know the solution. So this is where we flamethrower towards Golem and blow up. That's not supposed to happen. So that is a restart. It's a pretty long restart, too. That really sucks. RNG is not a thing. Actually, the very first battle CD has some RNG in it, too, that can make you actually lose. I found out that Tropius is actually a range to die to Double Edge plus Gust. And since it's a 2-turn limit CD, then you just lose if you miss that range. It's extremely unlikely to miss that range, though. Flarion's gonna get hit by Flamethrower. Yay! Ooh, nice miss. That's actually kind of a long animation. And missed the range too, of course. That's why we double target. This next disc is one that people might remember struggling to find a solution for. Just do that because it's the fastest thing Salamence can do. Its turn is useless, so... Gengar had Curse, Spite, Toxic, Will-O-Wisp. I think it's scripted to always Will-O-Wisp. Now in testing, Wobbuffet never used counter, so I think it's 100% Mirror Coat. No, even boosted Flareon was still a range that we missed. Oh wait, I see what you mean. No, because it's a 2-turn limit. That's the thing. It's the turn limit that would kill you. Shit, split. This one is just focus punch everything. An annoying speed tie with Mankey that we have to deal with. Ooh, almost used the wrong move. Hey Sly, thanks for the good luck. No, things have been kind of all over the place these last few weeks. It's good, though. So this is where the speed tie comes in. If Mankey wins... Yeah. So now we just have to take an extra turn. I'm not sure which is faster. I haven't had a chance to time it yet, whether Sub or Spore would be faster. His Meowth doesn't break my Sub, so we don't have to watch it break. And this next fight is where we snatch some Dragon Dances. I was trying to find a faster way to do this fight. There's one that I think might be fewer turns, but the turns are longer. I think I'm just going to do this the standard way for now. First free shiny? Nice. What is it? So, like, the notes I found said to snatch 3 times, but Gyarados is actually a favorable range at +2. Well, +1 with Intimidate. With 2 Shadow Balls. And even if we miss the range, I think we're okay, because we don't die to a +2 Earthquake. Shadow Ball. Nice, shiny Gibble. And we just let it kill me. Some notes say to use Grudge and other things. There's really no point. It's not going to use Shadow Ball against Plusle. So agility first. So he's going to Swords Dance. Ooh, Encore slot 1, okay. Hopefully the Encore doesn't end after just 2 turns, because then we have to use it again. Alright, good. think charge is a much faster animation. I'd rather go for critical hits. This one. I was really annoyed when I found out that Kyogre doesn't always die to 3 Ancient Powers after all the double edge recoil. So just gotta pay attention to its HP. So substitute first, because that gives Hydro Pump 1 extra chance to miss. Otherwise it doesn't really matter. Just 8 turns of stall, then rest. Yeah, with Black 2's experience curve, that won't take long. So this is one of those fights that takes a really long time, and then you can get a bad crit on the last turn. So 2 more turns, and then it's out of both Hydro Pump and Thunder, because we have the pressure ability. Go to sleep. Okay, Dactyl, can you get some good rolls? Boost would be good too. Okay. Should be fine. Man, this is a long fight. It would really suck to have to rest again, but it can happen sometimes. So that third Ancient Power would not always be able to kill from whatever HP Kyogre's at after the first 2 plus Double Edge. This one I think there's a slightly better way to do. Just do it the way it's in my notes right now. Alright, see you later. So this is a fight where charge is useful. No, yeah, it makes so much more sense to do it the way I saw it today, though. Because Hitmonlee's turn gets skipped anyway, because it's using Focus Punch. Turn 3 is the same. Turn 4 is the same. So this fight is a 5-turn limit, that's why it's important we do things in the proper order. So we stop them from being able to use Protect on turn 5. Hit Muck, kill Hitmonlee. Then we just have to not get crit by Sludge. Okay, the next one, I don't really like this next one, it's kind of boring. It's a bunch of facade spam, pretty much. And some other moves that shut down some of his moves. Taunt and Encore and things like that. Facade plus Taunt Clefable. And only the male Vigoroth should be Facade and Clefable. Okay, that crit is interesting. I haven't routed in the crits yet, but I think most of them help me. I think I can just keep following the notes. Both Facade Ninjask. So the whole gimmick here is she would have eventually baton passed to Ursaring unless we stopped her from doing that. Okay, and then both hit Ursaring. Ursaring should kill Clefable from there since we crit it. Yeah, it's just barely not likely to die to 3. Alright, halfway home. So we've had the Vigoroths, now we get the Slackings. So this is one where the notes have you using the full 8 turns. It's very possible to do this in 6, though. Let's see if this works. I changed up the fight a little bit earlier today. So we're going to be an idiot on turn 1, because it takes a while to set this up anyway, and it's just faster to attack and to protect. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. That works. So this is actually the only time we roar successfully onto something. The very basic non-speedrun strat is just to keep using roar on slacking from here on out, but that's pretty slow. So now double edge and roar onto Kecleon. So the roar is just going to fail this turn. Blissey does whatever, Egg Bomb. I think the reason this works out so well too is because of this nice quirk with Truant. See, even though this is my Truant turn, because I'm selecting a move, the opponent's Protect is still going to work. So I can just bring in the other slacking without having to roar. And then just finish the fight. Easy peasy. 6 turns. We are given 8. Because normally that is how long it would take if you just kept roar shuffling. So yeah, I like that strat. Just need to get a little better with the execution. Yeah, they are, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you target the right things. Some more conversion therapy here. Tackle is useful. Alright, Ghost. And then Conversion again. Because that's the fastest thing Porygon can do. GG! So now it's time to send in the bomb squad. So the whole trick here is just to make sure you defeat the first two pokes on the same turn so that Electrode comes in with the damp Psyduck and it can't do anything. So I have some calcs here. Hopefully I can manage crits pretty well. Strength. Yeah. So if either of these moves crits, it's fine, because it doesn't kill. It's faster than using Surf and Helping Hand. I can't remember. I don't think a Surf kills from here if it crits. It might be a range, actually, on Ariados. Yeah. Aerial Ace, Strength. It's kind of like Colosseum, for it's even got Helping Hand and Strength. Imagine if Gator had Aerial Ace, though, in that game. Free Hidden Power Flying strats. Can't do it. Oh, I read the wrong one. Oh, well, it's fine. This fight continuing is all over the place. Defused the bomb. Alright, now we've got the one-hit KO strats in this next fight. Got some Magikarps. So is this just mash A? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. I targeted the wrong thing. Alright, doesn't matter, I missed anyway. We do a YOLO Sheer Cold there because the strat basically involves Poliwhirl wasting a turn otherwise. And it saves quite a bit of time if it hits. I was supposed to target the 49 though, not the 48. So now Mind Reader the 49, Mimic. Let's grab that fissure from ya, buddy old pal. Figuring this fight out kind of was hard for me for a little while because of this mechanic with the Mind Reader effect. Like, it only lasts one turn, but apparently if your next turn is baton passing, then the effect will last for one turn after that. So Sfeel will have a guaranteed Sheer Cold here. And we have to do this because of the whole level thing. These Magikarps are all different levels for a reason. Alright, so that was a little slow, but not too bad. Then we get to see Shedinja again in this next one. Getting closer to that time. The Metro time. Some more mimicry here. I was a little worried when I routed this at first on paper, but then I found out the AI is still scripted, so they always detect turn 1 and turn 4. So as long as you work around that, it's completely fine. Other strats that I found don't say to dig, but I think this is fast because you could get to skip Metatite's next move. And if you do it on the last turn, you also skip Sandstorm hitting Raticate. So now Endeavor Metacham. Sandstorm, dig again. It's really awesome how well using dig here works out. Like, the animation of going underground is even faster than just hitting a protect, so it's literally the fastest thing you can be doing. And you don't get hit by the sandstorm, so skip that animation. Very nice fight there. It's really good to see routing pay off. I think this next CD... God dang it, I missed another split. I knew I would be missing a lot of splits tonight. Not used to being just at my laptop the whole time. No console or television. So Starmie doesn't do anything this turn. So we have to do the fight exactly this way. Because there's a strict 2-turn time limit for this battle. And his last 2 pokes will use Protect. Yeah, I'll go back and fix the times later. So that's just mash A. So yeah, this fight's pretty safe because even a crit doesn't kill Donphan there. So yeah, they try to trick you by putting all these other pokes on your team, but this is really the only way that works for 2 turns because both of these guys have Protect. So you have to kill both of them coming in. Yeah, the textures are kind of wonky sometimes just because Dolphin is weird on my computer. I'm using a certain engine on the Dolphin emulator that makes it run faster without so many frame drops. And to do that I had to sacrifice some wonky textures. So there will be some sparkly Grimers and things like that in the game. And a few certain attacks will also kind of lag me a little bit. It shouldn't really be an advantage in any way, though. It's just going to be more of a time detriment, if anything. Alright, this fight I originally had as 5 turns. Got it down to 4, though. Dusclops. Aggron. So turn 1 is when Electrode goes boom. Yeah, that's what they are. They're just shinies. They're not wonky textures. They're just shinies. This fight was actually really hard for me to figure out as a casual. The solution's not very intuitive at all. Imprison and Mimic. The first notes I made for routing this fight the other day had me mimicking a little later in the fight, which made it 5 turns. But bringing in an aggron right away lets me mimic earlier. I don't think Dustclops even has to imprison there. I think there's something better I can be doing with that turn. So Aggron's hit by a physical move. Gengar dies, but that counter damage has to hit something. Hello, Shuckle. Goodbye, Shuckle. Got the double protect. And the Gengar is holding a Silk Scarf, but yeah, even still, it's kind of amazing what a difference in stats makes. Okay, now the more RNG-heavy discs begin. So Fake Out happens first. Ancient Power. I had routed out a fight where Chikorita puts in a lot more work here, but then I discovered that the AI always sends in their pokes in the same order every time. Oh, well, look at that. Maybe Chikorita will put in some more work. Unfortunately, Elekid's still faster. I think it's actually worth it then to just go risk the static or something. Ow. Okay, that would have been a better Razor Leaf right there. Yeah, let's do this. Nice. Nice. Just dig right away. Should be dead from there. Don't really want to mess with Elekid too much. Shockwave hurts. As long as we get that down, though, Toto handles Magby pretty well. In fact, it's probably worth it to just switch out from here. Pretty sure we 2 hits. Might be a range, though. It's not like Seismic Toss ever crits, so Oh yeah, because the third one puts me in Torrent, so switching is the right play there. Oh, light screen though. Shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now that it wears off. That works. The power of Johto. Alright, so this begins the CDs that have a side B to them. So now we use their team and they use ours. Basically, this fight's just getting past Chikorita. So since Chikorita still has the Citrus Berry, we gotta be a little careful with our damage rolls here. That did too much, unfortunately. Okay. So this can work as long as Ember doesn't get the lowest roll. Yeah, just like Little Cup. Cue the Stadium Little Cup music. Alright, 10 is the minimum damage. Get 11. Get 11. Oh. That's too bad. Yeah, that's a restart. All started from crit fake out. Just need no weird RNG, and this fight's actually not bad at all. Just gotta get past this disc, and then we can get to the really fun one. Okay, don't crit this time. Just do the 3 damage like you're supposed to. Okay, and then the 6. 7 and 8 chance to do 6. Okay. Now just don't boost. I think it was like 15 through 17 or something. 15 through 18. Yeah, Ancient Power is not being my friend tonight. Which will be kind of scary when we get to the fossil Pokemon fights. That's specifically why we hard switch to Magby instead of letting it kill me. Even though we risk getting crit, it gives it one less chance to boost. Goodbye, Chikorita. So Elekid pretty much single-handedly takes on the other two. Because it has Protect. It can protect. Cyndaquil's pretty much only going to dig. Sometimes it can howl too, which is fine. It's still mainly only going to use dig for damage. I guess it might have been worth it to go for a rolling kick flinch there, but we got the crit anyway, so... Nice. Okay, that actually did matter. Toto doesn't die to one of those, which is surprising. Okay, now time to mash A and pray. Metronome time. Let's go, you little cuties. I think Geodude was tied with one of them. Yeah, Togepi. Ooh, very good. Solid damage there. Nice bonus. A status that doesn't trigger guts. Ooh, dang. That would have been beautiful. Wonder what a Geodude singing sounds like. Okay. Like rocks grinding together, yeah. That's the move I need. Nice, early wake. No. Alright, well, damage is damage. Won the speed tie. A snore after you woke up. Don't do it. Yeah, my defense drop plus that crit. All I need is a water or grass move. Okay. Time for the water or grass move. Alright. 50%. Finish him! Okay. Flinch. Flinch. Win the tie. Okay. Drop the hammer. Yeah! Both kills with superpower. What an easy fight. Beautiful. Now we get more RNG. So everything in this fight has only focus punch and dynamic punch. Pretty fun, right? There is some strategy. Generally, if you're faster, you want to focus punch. If you're slower, you want a dynamic punch. Miss. Alright. So his other two pokes are just one-hit KOs. Assuming we can get off the move. 75% chance when we're faster. There we go. Me as a Pokemon is doing a good job so far. One more. Easy. So now we have the other side of this disc. Wait, that's a range? Okay. I'll have to recheck that. So side B, we have other moves besides those two, but those two moves are still like the primary damage. There isn't really any strat that I like for this next fight, but one that I kind of want to go for, just because of the advantages. We're going to try to hit Hypnosis before Blaziken hits me with Focus Punch or Dynamic Punch. I think actually his AI in this fight seems to lean more towards Dynamic Punch. Yeah, I don't think I really see Focus Punch too much in this fight. Alright, good turn one. So now we're going to try to get in a hit before it wakes up with my faster Pokemon here. Okay, takes care of Blaziken. Okay, so my notes now say to Dynamic Punch because his AI seems to lean more towards Dynamic Punch. Miss. Now, focus, I think, is the better play, yeah. Alright. Okay. Not too bad of RNG overall. I'd take those fights any day. Definitely some crossing of the fingers to be expected there. Alright, now some slightly less RNG fights that are actually kind of fun. Starting with 2 fossil fights. Ancient power hype. Even though the strats don't call for using that too much. Let's make sure I do this right. The leap, right? Okay. Lord Helix! Okay, so the leap's definitely dead next turn. I still use Metal Sound. It hit Kraydilly coming in. If it had boosted there, that would have been fine, because Kabutops is still in the back, and that still one hits. Yep, lag spike there. Nice emulator. Then just surf. now side B, bullet seed RNG. In this fight, he starts with his evolutions and I don't, so not too much to work with here. Strat is bullet seed, let Anorith die. Send out Kraydilly. This should be a waterfall. Is this a 5? Ooh. Oh. That would have been really good. Actually, I guess I might as well take advantage of that luck. Let's use the weaker bullet seed to pick that off. Yeah, it's always waterfall. He doesn't want to ice beam Lilip. I noticed that in testing. He doesn't seem to want to use his stronger move. Maybe because waterfall has a flinch chance and he's faster? Okay, aim both bullet seeds at that Kabutops. Doesn't matter if he boosts. That did have a chance to kill, but I think we would have been okay. Kraydilly can kind of handle this pretty well on its own. But Earthquake just kills everything, so... It would be nice to be able to send in Armaldo sooner in this fight, but it's usually the slowest thing on the field, aside from my own Kraydilly and Lilip and stuff. That Earthquake is so good, though. Okay. Starter evolutions. So one Sludge Bomb is a range here. We'd kind of like to get it. It's not very likely, though. It's like 40%. Because with this extra damage on us, things can get dicey later in the fight. I think that's always a bulk up turn, which is good. I love how fast that animation is. Just like instantly shoots the water. Okay, we get to go for this range. The regular strat just has me switch into Venusaur right away, but can't switch into that Earthquake, so just don't miss, buddy. Alright. Man, we're already at 40? Side B. Now, I don't really like this fight a lot, because the AI is a bit random. Switching to Blaziken would be a good idea, if not for the fact that Charizard can just go for Dragon Dance sometimes. See, if it was always Blast Burn, it'd be fine, but sometimes he likes to be evil and use Dragon Dance. So Ice Beam first, because Muddy Water doesn't kill. And a Freeze would be kind of nice. Use Inferior Surf. Okay, we stay in and die here. Does Blast Burn Thaw? I don't know. I know Sacred Fire and Flame Wheel do. .420 Blaze Kick! Won the tie but missed. Nice. Okay, at least we won the tie again. Should use Hydro Cannon. So Sceptile has a free win. Alright, 9 more. Now we get to the legendary fights. fairly decent amount of routing has gone into these. This fight's kind of dumb, though, because of sheer cold RNG. So we want to get damage first. And then Suicune basically just has to waste a turn. Sometimes he can go straight for sheer cold. But Mind Reader's what we want to see. It's definitely favored to go Mind Reader before sheer cold. So now just miss, and everything's fine. Hit, and I have to just do the YOLO Thunder strat. Just makes it look so easy. Alright, Raikou. Get some 70%. Nope, just not having it this time. Let's try that again. So a big part of the strategy in this run is definitely going to be knowing when to restart. So yeah, this fight's just kind of dumb because of that sheer cold, but the rest of them are pretty okay. Should probably be mirror coating this turn if I hit the Hydro Pump. It's a little bit faster. Okay, now miss. Yeah, tried to YOLO. Well, I was going to go for a flinch, but now might as well just go for the crit. Nice move there, Moltres. At least we didn't see Light Screen from Zapdos. So it can do that. It did it a lot in testing. It's part of the reason I don't like this YOLO Thunder strat. It's faster if it works, but it is statistically less likely to work than the strat I tried to do with Entei. Articuno just was not having it. Alright, side B, now we use the birds. Yeah, there's definitely... It favors using certain patterns of moves, but it can break those patterns too, which is really dumb. Oh, protect first. Save that HP. Oh, nice. Okay, free Ice Beam here. Nope. We only need to hit 2, thankfully, because we've got EVs in special attack. Should only have 2 more uses of that move. Okay, just gotta hit 1 more for me, Articuno. We could actually skip all the substitute protect shenanigans and just YOLO 2 Ice Beams. Hope they both hit. It would save a lot of time. I'm not really sure if that's worth it, though. So basically just let Entei kill me. Unless I freeze. And Zapdos kills it with 2 bolts. I think I'm going to play things a little bit safe here. This Fire Blast and then Hydro Pump from Suicune is a range to kill me. Okay, so he just switches to Stomp. So yeah, I definitely want to look into that more. Alright, now we get to see the Reggie trio. I really like my strat for this first fight. Found a good way to make Registeel not so nightmarish. The problem with these guys is they use Amnesia, and my only primary way of doing big damage are special attacks. But with this strat, we can manip Registeel to go for a KO. Regirock just kind of says peace out. Send in Suicune. It was always tempting to go to Entei because of the fire versus ice, but... So Amnesia first. Facade. Oh. It's kind of amazing how much bad RNG I've had tonight. Guess when you do one full run of this, you'll likely see some, but... Dang. Like, I'm just not even going to try to continue that fight. Like, not only do we have to hit a lot of fire blasts, but we have to not miss them. So it's slow and unlikely to work. Let's try this again. I'd pronounce it kooky. So facade damage is actually necessary because most of the time just a mirror code is a range from full HP. Just don't do it again. Alright. So Regice down, and Registeel manipped to use Earthquake. Not Amnesia. See if we can get some good starting damage on it. So now we get a nice full power Fire Blast, assuming we hit. At least we got some damage on it with Suicune, though, even if we missed. Nice crit. Makes up for some of the crit hacks I had before. And in this fight, we do have to deal with double team potentially from Raikou, but it's pretty easy on the surface. I probably should always Amnesia first, honestly, just in case I get trolled. Yeah. Never know, we could still hit 2. Yeah, okay. Abort. Just not getting the RNG tonight to get all these first try. I mean, there's one disc still to come that really is inconsistent. So if I'm already having bad RNG, man, are we in for a treat? I hate how she can do that twice. If it was only once, it wouldn't be so bad. You have got to be kidding me. If I could at least hit one. Okay, this fight never went this bad in testing. I don't think I even saw 2 double teams that often. I just want to see how much this does. Whatever. Nice game. See, I don't know if my using Amnesia makes her more likely to use a second double team. So this will be the last time where I use Amnesia, and then I'll do a couple without it. This is unreal how many coin flips I've missed. It's actually still slightly better than a coin flip, I think, after 2. Alright, let's just grind for no double team. So no Amnesia, just go for Ice Beam straight away. 60%? Yeah, okay. Hey, Exarian. Welcome to the shit show. So yeah, let's just test spamming only Ice Beam. Let's see if we see double team twice. Okay, so... might still be better then, just to stick with Ice Beam. Because then you only have to hit 2 at 60%. And you can take 4, usually 4 Thunderbolts. Barring that. Neat. Okay. Then I just have to hit the earthquake. I always forget about pressure. That's not a bad idea. Ice Beam, then Amnesia. So it's faster anyway, so... Wow, this is just unreal. You're stomping now? Does it only do that when it burns? Okay, I have to rock slide this. Well, normally 2 earthquakes kills. Same as 2 rock slides, and it's more accurate to use earthquake. Because typically I don't get the burn. Oh, nice. One v one Registeel versus Suicune usually works out in my favor. So this is one where I do Amnesia first. Okay, that's good. It burns a... Oh, no, it doesn't. Just facades. Thanks, burn. I did not expect this to be one of the worst discs of the night. There were some that are much, much worse. Like the Metronome disc ended up being way nicer than this. So Toxic, then I need to Curse, I think. Okay. This is getting ridiculous. $75%. Getting a little old. I can't believe I didn't have this much trouble in practice. Like, for one thing, he almost never did 2 double teams. And for the other thing, I didn't keep missing 60% and 75%. bad we can't use the call function in these fights. So yeah, I may need to rework this fight to use Reggie Steel for Raikou or something, and then save Reggie Ice for Suicune. So look at this, it's frozen and I still can't kill it. Such a joke. So now comes the burn again. That doesn't matter as much, just don't do it. Nice lag. Yeah, with my luck, it would have just thawed instantly if I did that. It would have changed the RNG. Somehow. So this is a comfortable position to be in. So even if Reggie Steel dies, as long as we can take away its Hydro Pumps, it really can't do anything to Reggie Ice. It's going to switch to using Facade, and I have counter on Reggie Ice, so... And Thunderbolt. I think they're Speed Tide? So definitely going to be looking at this fight more. Do some more math behind it. I mean, there's not much you can do against two double teams other than just hope. I split a little late there, too. So now we get to see a special legendary. not too much in the way of strats here. It's got random targeting AI, otherwise I could do a few more cool things, but... yeah, send in Jolteon, Thunderwave. Jolteon's the only one that outspeeds it before Paralysis. So if we get a Spadef drop, we can use Overheat, because that'll do more damage. Shadow Ball lowers special defense in this gen. Hey Juan, how's it going? Still questioning whether it's worth it to surf at some point. It's a much slower move, but... I mean, it's not that much slower in a single battle, I guess. Well, hitting only one target. Okay, now the last two hard discs. This next one's actually not supposed to be that hard. But the side B to it is insane. It's not an official category, just more of a fun thing that I decided to do. I'd been interested in routing these fights for a while. Just kind of wanted to put it all together into a run. Alright, so Latios and Latios are both holding the Soul Dew. The general strat here is to drop their speed, and they both should go for Ho-Oh right away. Ho-Oh's arranged to die to their moves. Just don't miss. Okay. Now 50% Aeroblast and Aerial Ace range. Now we see whether Ho-Oh lives. Why helping hand there? Would have done more if you just bolted. Actually, that's smart, because he's slower. Yeah. I used that same strat on the reverse side of the disc sometimes. Yeah, it really overrated. I think I can take two. Yeah. So I know without the Soul Dew, on the other side of the disc, it takes 4 hits to kill Lugia. Alright. So cleared the easy half of the disc. So now they give me Latios and Latias, but they take away the Soul Dews. And the AI on the other side is a bit more random now. The thing I basically decided to do after spending a long time trying to route this is just try to grind for Ho-Oh hitting the Protect turn 1. Unless I get good RNG somehow. So this fight can take a few resets for sure. So go for Lugia first. I tried it going for Ho-Oh first and then realized I wasn't really using the Helping Hand strat as much as I thought I was. And if I'm going to do 4 hits to something, I might as well take out the thing that's the bigger threat overall. It's weird how Lugia has worse offensive base stats, but it has the more powerful moves, so... Okay, that's what I want. So now, Dragon Claw. So we recover prematurely because it's very likely we take more damage anyway this turn. We try to preserve our health as much as possible. Well, that's a rip. Feeling good about my decision to go for Lugia first now, though. Like, the strat for winning is actually nice and consistent, but you have to avoid crits, which, when you're dealing with getting hit by multiple arrow blasts, is not fun. So yeah, this is the disc that we expect to be a grind. Like, aside from Metronome, that's obvious, but this is the other reset-heavy one. So no paralysis. Come on, Ho-Oh, be nice. Okay, that damage shouldn't matter too much. I'm still dead if I get targeted at all. I was gonna say, if I get double targeted, I'm dead, but... Yeah, like, I can't keep that damage. It's just so unlikely to win from there that, yeah, it's like a guaranteed restart. So we basically grind for Ho-Oh either hitting Latios turn 1 or Thunderbolt crit or something. If it doesn't. So as you can see, they don't give you a whole lot to work with, so you gotta really play this well. And just, you know, don't get crit like usual. I hit the wrong thing this time. Whatever, I'll do the other strat. Hey, we got paralysis. Maybe we have a shot. Why did he not Icy Wind? That's actually the first time I've seen him not Icy Wind turn 1. Okay. This is interesting. Well, Latias is faster, so if we don't get double targeted, we live another turn. Actually, I was low enough to die to Aerial Ace, so yeah, we're still dead. Alright, that was me misplaying. So the one consistent thing about this AI is that it will go for the kill. If Aerial Ace kills, if Aeroblast kills, they would always do it. So I should have just attacked, honestly. So yeah, recovering was pointless there. Just wasn't ready to deal with that random RNG of no Icy Wind. Okay, good RNG. So Ho-Oh's dead. I don't know why I targeted it again. I'm just so used to it from practice. I decided to go for Lugia late today, but... it's the same helping hand shenanigans we saw in the previous fight. Okay, now we have a shot here. We are still at the mercy of Aeroblast crits, though. Okay, that is going to go for Latios. Pretty sure Aeroblast crit is a range from here. So even if it happens, we can still live. Alright. GG. Now 2 easier discs left. So from the fight that we had, you would think that we kind of need to get crits and parahacks and that kind of stuff, but you really don't. You just need to grind for decent AI the first couple turns. It's mainly just the first turn, honestly. The second turn, though, can be bad as well, if they double target the wrong thing. Yeah, that's basically all you do, is just grind those 2 turns and then play smart with the AI that you get from there on out. So this fight, unfortunately, has a little bit of RNG. Best play is definitely to protect both, turn 1. Because Fake Out can hit either thing. It doesn't always even use Fake Out, it can sometimes just go for Explosion turn 1. And it's faster in the sun before Speed Boost. So it takes 2 Solar Beams to kill Groudon, and Groudon is a 50% Ancient Power range to kill Jumpluff. I could go for Sleep Powder to make it a little safe, but you kind of just risk missing. So... and it can also just get the first turn Wake after your first Solar Beam. Ninjask getting the boost is nice, though, because I think 2 Silver Winds can pick it off after Solar Beam. So we definitely have the win from here. Nice job, Groudon. Instead of using the guarantee. I hope Gino's not still doing his battle CDs on his run right now. I'd feel kind of bad. Definitely gonna host him after this is over, so you guys can watch his 100% XD run, which I actually didn't know he was doing today, but... Oh, he's on bingo now, okay. Yeah, I figured he would be. I think he was on the Metronome disc when I started streaming, so... Alright, Protect, Thunder. Alright, nice RNG. Okay, so still sub 3 is pretty easy with all of the shit that happened. So even if we didn't skip the intro cutscenes, that's sub 3. Alright, so that's a first run for this. It's not too bad.